Woo, another interview here on the channel, guys. Please leave a like or a comment if you guys like these kind of things. We've been doing so many interviews here on the channel and over on other social medias with sharing some great stories in the gaming space. This one brought to us by none other than Pointcrow, an amazing creator and streamer out there taking over the space, and a viral story which I don't know, I talked to him and I still don't believe that there are gamers who are pushing the bounds to this level. I can't wait to see 10 years from now what people like Pointcrow and others like him are going to do, because he had his Goldfish play Elden Ring for him and actually beat some good bosses and beat a phase of one of the hardest bosses in the game. Going absolutely viral, here is Pointcrow having his own Goldfish in its tank take down Melania, and there's been other bosses taken down by a freaking Goldfish. I can't even say it enough.
Oh! The waterfowl! Hit her again! Please! Tortellini, go back to an L! Tortellini, this is your chance to go to second phase! This is your chance! The dodge! Tortellini, please! Oh my god! Dear Lord! Oh my god! That's my fish! Dude, let me tell you right now. Let me goddamn tell you right now. If you can't beat Melania, my goddamn Goldfish can.
Golini.
Oh, okay. All right.
And when I asked him, I was like, how do you come up with this kind of idea? And he's done so many other ideas before this, only some, to name a few of them. He's really known for these bigger creator styled events. He's done IRL Battleship. He's also done real life Mario Party. He's done a lot of other things that have just been quite insane and really pushing the bounds of what creators can create. And this one more so gaming centric, which is awesome because we get to talk about it more. But yeah, he's just like, apparently just thought about a Goldfish. He had the idea somewhat from someone else. He's like, you know what? Let's bring it to gaming, baby. You recently dove into Elden Ring, one of the games that has been just so useful for this crazy content. But you also did your own freaking twist on it, where you brought in your own Goldfish. Can you just deep dive me on how the frick this idea even came to be?
Yeah, so it actually came to be because, well, the overall thing is my Goldfish controls Elden Ring. It's like where he swims around in the tank, it will see exactly his position, and then based on where that is, it'll press a button in the game, which is really cool. It's so neat. The way that came about was I was scrolling through like TikTok, and I saw this creator where he had his Goldfish control Scarlet and Violet, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The game, ends up crashing as it does. And then it accesses the Nintendo eShop, buys a whole bunch of games, leaks his credit card information, and it's the first and probably only ever recorded instance of a Goldfish committing credit card fraud, which was amazing. So I was like, that's hilarious. And then I saw Michael Reeves have his Goldfish trade stock options and all this. So I was like, all right, this is hilarious. I have a Goldfish. I wonder if I could do something with this too. So I took the idea of a Goldfish controlling something, and I was like, I wonder if it could do an Elden Ring game. So I put him into Elden Ring, and it worked.
And then to take down the first phase of Melania, one of the hardest bosses in the game, as a Goldfish. It's just like, okay, so I was wondering, how do you do this, right? I'm a casual. I told him several times, he's a smart guy. I was like, hey, I'm an idiot. So explain this to me like an idiot. How is this possible? Because if I was to explain it to you right now, he set up this thing inside his tank, so wherever the fish goes and hovers over, there are certain buttons, or I should say actions or abilities in game that are attached to certain areas of the tank. And so when the fish would swim, the character in game would do separate things. That's why in the clip, if you missed it, I missed it the first time I watched it, you can barely see that little Goldfish moving around the tank.
I can do like an overall thing and then maybe a little bit more of a technical. But the overall is like the fish goes to, let's say, the bottom right of the tank. That's what it's shown in like the clip that a lot of people have seen. Bottom right of the tank. And it has a little square that says L. So this fish will go to that L square, and then I think it presses the button about, I think it's 10 to 100 times a second. And it'll press the L button, And then if it swims up to like the R button up here, then it'll start pressing the R button, which is essentially what that is. Now, the way it works is you basically have like those buttons of like, okay, press this button. We use V Gamepad to do it, which emulates a Xbox 360 controller. And so it'll basically be like any other controller that you normally have, where then it'll hook into Elden Ring and then play it.
And so eventually they had to kind of do this around the fish and track where he would go most frequently, and then of course attach buttons, coincidingly. But still, to do that, to even track that data and to do that, to get a kill in the first phase of Millennia and other bosses completely, it's pretty remarkable. I know the game could be cheesed a little bit here and there, but it's just so cool. Like, okay, real quick, can someone describe what cheesed means, or cheesin', or cheese in video game terms? Because I used it there, and I'm pretty sure I used it correctly, but how would you describe cheese in the gaming space? Please leave a comment.
L, and then maybe like all of the R's are like surrounded by an L, so it's a higher chance of him following up with a cool move. But with the corners is like we specifically put like some attacking moves in the corners, and then if you would move out of the corners, there's like an X right there, so he'll like heal maybe. So it's like strategic on like, knowing my Goldfish well enough where we can have like the grids to hopefully do that and everything.
That makes a lot more sense. You got to be strategic about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's crazy too is that Millennia is not the only, like, he beat first phase of Millennia, but I'm having a YouTube video come out. I'm actually recording some of it today. But that YouTube video is going to show how we went from Soldier of Godric to Margit, and then Godric the Grafted, and then the first phase of Millennia.
But it's so cool doing these interviews with Pointcrow, and go check him out, because now with any project he releases, we can cover it too and talk to him whenever, and he has some very special things coming. So what do you guys think about this streamer and creator's Goldfish beating Elden Ring and playing the game better than some actual players? It is crazy, the space we are in. I hope we get to do this in 10 years and come back and look at these stories compared to those stories. We're not going to believe. Oh, it's going to be crazy. I cannot wait. So thank you all for watching, subbing. You guys have been amazing so far. We'll see you back here sometime soon.